My name is Ophelia Rose Vale, code name Aureline, age 21, born in Somerset, England, on the Rose Estate, under Elion protection orders that were, in effect, long before my parents ever met. I did not come to Hathain for opportunity, or for reinvention, or for some sentimental notion of finding myself. I came because a document implied that my half-brother, Ash Rose Nakayama, might not be as dead as Elion declared, and when paperwork behaves suspiciously, I follow the ink. That is all. My existence was engineered, not born. My parents, Charles Rose and Evelyn Vale, were not a romance. They were a merge, an arranged consolidation of two lines that had served Elion for centuries. The Roses crafted power. The Vales concealed the cost of it. Their union was not love, but logistics. My mother chose to birth me on the winter solstice, at midnight. It was considered symbolically advantageous to Elion's mathematicians. The midwife was an agent. My first breath was documented, categorized, secured. The estate I grew up in was silent by design. Servants were trained to walk without echo. Doors were padded. Rooms were kept cold to sharpen the mind. My toys were puzzles coded in ciphers. My bedtime stories were rewritten political tragedies, engineered to teach consequence. This is what shaped me. Not nurture, not affection, conditioning. My mother died. My father disappeared into international operations, Mexico, Russia, Europe. Distance was his discipline. I learned not to chase people who do not stay. I thought I understood everything about my lineage until I discovered documents that didn't match the official records. Documents with another name, Ash Rose Nakayama, half-brother, listed as deceased. But there were errors, subtle ones, the kind only someone trained like me would notice, signatures that didn't fit, dates that contradicted, financial transfers inconsistent with a corpse, and one final location stamped repeatedly, Hathain, Louisiana. I packed a suitcase, and I left. You ever notice how a place can smell like a decision? Hathain stinks of one. Tar, heat, cheap perfume, and whatever that fryer oil is, they insist on reusing at every bloody corner shop. It's a city that doesn't apologise, not even when it should. It's loud, it's vulgar, it's too hot by half, like someone took the concept of America and simmered it down into a sticky reduction that gets under your nails. And yet, here I am. Time will only tell, I guess, of how my story will go here. Hathain greeted me the same way it greets anyone new, with a slap. Heat that clings to your skin like desperation. People shouting across streets. Sirens, more than you'd hear in an entire month back home, screaming like angry ghosts. And the smell. I mentioned it before, but truly, the smell should be a protected landmark. But then there's the strange beauty of it. Neon bleeding into puddles. The way the humidity keeps you awake, alive, aware. The fact that every single person here seems to be wrestling with something, sins, trauma, addictions, love, survival, and they don't hide it. They wear it like an accessory. There's honesty in that, a sharp, brutal honesty I wasn't prepared for, but learned to respect. I didn't come here to join the HPD. That part still surprises me. But when you're searching for someone, you start noticing patterns, records, reports, things that don't add up. And Hathain isn't a place where civilians can simply ask questions and expect answers. You either pry them open, or you become someone who's permitted to ask. So I put on the badge. It feels foreign, heavy. The uniform is hotter than hell. Truly, who designs these things? And every day feels like wading through a swamp full of history and heartbreak. When I came into my brother's world of vision, he reacted in a way that said, massive distrust. He choked me, and rightfully so, but I promised him I had no intentions of selling out his whereabouts, nor do I, though I still see his wife as a Aesop who only exists to bring him down. She pulled a katana to my throat, and that's while she is pregnant. Shame I can't do anything back to her. Then there's Minxie. The bitch doesn't seem to understand not to bite those who wear the uniforms. No matter, she'll get hers in due time. Klaus put a tracker on me, says it's to track my movements until he trusts me. No matter though, I'll get him to realise eventually I'm not the enemy. In all, Hathain is weird, and I could really go for a good cup of British tea and some beans on toast. I won't lie, the culture shock has teeth. People here speak faster, move faster, feel faster, They argue loudly and love loudly and eat portions big enough to feed 3 sensible Europeans. The police system works differently. The expectations are harsher. The coffee is stronger, the sarcasm weaker, and the chaos unfiltered. But I'm learning that survival isn't quiet. I'm learning that bravery doesn't always look heroic. It often looks tired. I'm learning that the world is bigger than Somerset and smaller than the ache of not knowing where your brother is. And I'm learning that Hathane, unforgiving as it is, has a strange way of grabbing hold of your ribs from the inside and refusing to let go. Hathane is a city that rejects subtlety. Its crimes are loud, its corruption is overt, its people are chaotic, the heat is constant, the noise is deliberate, the streets seem engineered to provoke agitation. Every interaction requires analysis, because Americans speak before they think, and often think incorrectly. Yet the city is useful. It hides things well, especially people who do not want to be found. Every report I file, every patrol I walk, every name I learn, they all form a map. The map is incomplete, but it is growing, and eventually it will point somewhere that matters. Becoming an officer in Hathane was not my goal. It was a method. Answers hide behind badges here. Access hides behind hierarchy. My sergeant, Hiroshi, is the first person in this city whose presence did not immediately irritate me. He is direct, control-oriented, structured. He possesses the kind of discipline that is not performed but lived. It makes him tolerable, more than tolerable, actually. Predictable, which is a rarity here. He does not flinch under silence. He does not misread detachment as apathy. He gives orders without insecurity. These qualities are uncommon in American command structures. Working under him has provided stability in a place that otherwise functions like an unmedicated organism. He understands that rules exist for a reason, and that bending them requires precision. He is, in essence, someone I could follow without having to lower myself. That is rare. I do not stay out of attachment. I do not stay out of hope. Hope is a childish architecture. I stay because quitting before the answer is found would be illogical. My half-brother is something more complicated, but the truth is here, in this city, in its noise, its heat, its corruption, its files, its lies. And I am Aureline. I was raised to bring clarity to disarray, to make sense of chaos, to finish what others begin. If Hathane thinks it can bury the truth, it underestimates the child Elion built.